Completing whims is a great way to rack up satisfaction points and buy rewards for your sim in The Sims 4. While whims are something you can choose to ignore, many players who want great reward traits would be better off to take an active role in managing their sim's whims. After all, some of the better rewards cost upwards of 5,000 to 10,000 satisfaction, and the typical aspiration rewards just a few thousand if you complete all 4 milestones. In this guide, we'll talk about how the whim system works, how whims are chosen by the game, and thus how you can use the system to your advantage by making sure more relevant whims come up most of the time. Let's get into the basics of the whim system in The Sims 4. Whims appear in the bottom left corner of your screen over your sim's head and represent a sim's desire to accomplish small things throughout their lifetime. They are kind of like mini aspirations, and completing them rewards satisfaction, which is the currency used in the reward store. There are 3 whims at any given time. The first one on the left will be tied to the current emotion, assuming that there is one. The other 2 are random and can be pinned, indicating you intend to complete one of them. This locks the whim in place until it's done. You can also hit the X to reject a whim and hope something more relevant comes up. Completing a whim will reward a small amount of satisfaction and give you a new whim. The pool of whims at any given time is limited, so if you keep canceling and see the same ones over and over, you've probably reached the end of the list. Whims are relevant to your sim's personality and the actions they take. Just playing the game while ignoring whims, you'll often accidentally complete them. This is because players tend to set goals for themselves, like befriending a sim or leveling a skill, and those recent activities play into what set of whims are chosen. This was the case in The Sims 3, and it's also true in Sims 4. Sims want to do more of what they're good at, and it's a good choice by the developers because it often lines up with what the player is doing. Multiple sets may be active at any given time. By doing a new activity or restarting an old one, you increase the current relevance of that activity and make it more likely whims will come up. Stop doing that activity and whims will gradually stop appearing. They slowly decay and will come up less and less. Whims are also chosen on more static terms. For example, the things you can't change easily, like your sim's traits or environmental factors such as whether it's snowing outside or not. Others you can change, you're just less likely to want to, like being in a career or being near a friend or family member regularly. These will all cause related whim sets to be chosen. Owning a certain object like an easel or pool will also cause whims related to it to appear. If your sim is a painter who has used this skill recently, has the creative trait, a painter aspiration, and is even in the painting career, you're going to get a lot more painting whims. Even more so if the sim is also inspired, because that first whim slot could load up whims related to painting too. So the more boxes you tick, the more likely you are to get your sim's whims to line up with what you desire to do as a player. It's a system that you can manipulate to an extent. Because whims line up with recent activities as well as the goals and personality you've chosen for a sim, it's worth paying attention to your whims and locking in those you'd like to complete. At least take a glance when they wake up each day, clear and pin a couple of them while they're doing some activity that takes time. The whims you get may not align perfectly with what you want to do, but are often close. For example, you're befriending someone, but the sim wants to use a particular friendly social, or you're going to cook a meal and they want to make a certain recipe, or do so while inspired. Whims related to certain sims seem to only appear when you've had interaction with that sim recently. As you stop interacting with them, these will slowly stop appearing. If you regularly level 5 different skills, have an unrelated career, and are all over the place, the whims will be very random and unlikely to be related to what you as a player had planned for that day. It will take time away from previous activities to get the sim's whims to be more focused. If you move on from one type of lifestyle, like you're leveling a new skill, you can take charge and direct whims that way by changing their aspiration and working on that skill regularly while ditching factors that might impact the old one. By being more focused with activities, the pool of possible whims that can come up won't be so deep, and you're more likely to get whims that you want. The plus side to this is you'd also be working on an aspiration and thus bringing in lots of satisfaction points for your sim. This explanation for the whim system will hopefully help you to get more satisfaction during your sim's lifetime. If you like my content, hit the bell icon to be notified of new stuff. We also have a Patreon linked in the description if you would like to support my project. Sharing it also helps. Thanks a lot for watching.